There's a countdown on, and Modified Thunder is coming, along with the Thunder of Sport Mods and IMCA Hobby Stocks as well, and it's all less than 2 weeks away. Hey, a good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, racing radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400, brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. I'm your host, Mike Stanhope. Thanks for joining us today. A rare 2 weekends off out of the Diamond in the Desert, but when we get back to racing, it's going to be big, big, big. The third annual IMCA Winter National set to open up Friday, February the 7th, continue the next night, and then the following weekend, Friday, February 14th, and Saturday the 15th. The best of the best drivers from across the country descending on the Somerton Oval for action in the IMCA Modifieds, the Northern Sport Mods, and in the IMCA Hobby Stocks, as noted. And on today's edition of Laptime Live, Randy Hoeft with N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun is going to be joining us as we start the process of looking ahead to what promises to be 4 full days of absolutely off-the-charts racing action. Also on today's program, we're going to check in at Dome Valley Raceway, where the 5th annual Arizona-Cali Top Fuel Shootout continues today and Sunday. A big field of sand drag stars taking on the 300 feet of sand. All about the motorsports here on Laptime Live, and we know many of the drivers and staffers involved with Cocopah Speedway also getting in on that straight line action. Before we get to all of that, though, time to take a final look back at last Saturday's round number 2 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Intensity level continues to climb and mark the final time on track for many competitors prior to the IMCA Winter Nationals. Starting off in the IMCA Modifieds, well, 3 shots at it to get it underway. A big crash in the process of all of that, and narrowly avoiding that carnage, Imperial's Lance Murray in the 19 SB motored off to take the feature win last Saturday night in the IMCA Modifieds. Murray working the high groove and getting around Casa Grande's Brian Schultz on lap number 11, then steadily pulling away for the win, his second straight in 2014. Ramona, California's Cole Dick in the 77D overcame damage from that same starting lap crash, worked his way up through the field to take third. Other action from round number 2, Yuma's Joe Haynes powered his way to the Pro Stock feature win. Haynes getting to the lead with an outside move on Lakeside, California's Mike Lurwell in the K9 on lap number 6. Haynes then riding the high line in racing off for that win. Westmoreland's Brent Ashurst closing fast at the finish. He settled for second, while Lurwell took third. Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, Chula Vista, California's Manny Baldivias took the feature event win, coming out on top in a thrilling duel that in times involved as many as 5 cars, all Dyson for the lead. Yuma's Adolfo Noriega recovered from an early race spin to take second, while Yuma's Jimmy Davey in the 144 had another strong run near the front of the field. He wound up taking third. In the IMCA Northern Sport Mods, it was Yuma's Timmy Reese overcoming early race contact and then intense pressure late in taking his first win of the year. Holtville's Chris Toth in the 57 CT charging hard at the finish. He settled for second, while Yuma's Josh Wood in the J11 rounded out your top 3. And in the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks, Yuma's Brent Wofford strong throughout in driving off for the feature win. Yuma's Jason Bashirs and Yuma's Brian Johnson in the S42 finished second and third, respectively. One note on the IMCA Hobby Stocks, we saw a doubling of the number of cars in competition from first race to second. More are nearing either outright completion or finishing up the conversion to the new IMCA Hobby Stock rules. And based on what we've seen just over those first 2 weeks of racing, well, the action in the IMCA Hobby Stocks is going to be close quarters all year long. Well, coming up next, we start that process of looking ahead to the 3rd annual IMCA Winter Nationals. Randy Hoeft set to join us next. We've got another guest in studio as well as Director of Operations at Cocopah Speedway. Greg Burgess is stopping in this morning as well. And, hey, we're going to check in on the sand drags going on out in Welton as well. All coming up here on a jam-packed edition of Racing Radio, Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. Brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating.
The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life will be at Desert Sun Stadium on April 26th and 27th. Hi, I'm Rebecca Larson, the event chair. I invite you to get your teams together or join a team soon as the deadline is fast approaching. The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life is an overnight experience you'll never forget. So we walk all night because cancer never sleeps. Last Last year, over 2,000 participants from 130 teams raised $250,000 to help find a cure for cancer. They made our Yuma, Arizona relay the biggest in the state of Arizona and New Mexico. Over 3,000 survivors came to our event where we celebrated survivors, remembered our loved ones that we have lost, and fought back to raise funds to find a cure for cancer. For more information, visit our website at www.relayforlife.org/YumaAZ to get started today. That's relayforlife.org/YumaAZ.
CenturyLink presents the Yuma JC's 2014 Silver Spur Rodeo, February 7th through the 9th. The big week kicks off with motocross versus barrel race. Friday is Senior Day. Saturday is Tough Enough to Wear Pink and Military Appreciation Day. And Sunday is Ram Rodeo Day. The Yuma JC's Silver Spur Rodeo celebrating 69 years at the Yuma County Fairgrounds. Gates open at noon. For ticket information, go to yumarodeo.com. Sponsored in part by CenturyLink, C&D Disposal, Food Farm,
hiking fossil great
trucking.
Yeah, if you love the great outdoors, this is the spot.
I'll say. I'm Jim from APS. Have you heard of our refrigerator recycling program?
No, what's that?
It helps the environment by keeping your old fridge out of a landfill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. APS will even haul it away for free and give you a $30 rebate.
So I get money and help the environment.
It's definitely a win-win.
You've got options. Find them all at aps.com/options. Program funded by APS customers and approved by the Arizona Corporation Commission.
Those who speak don't know, and those who know don't speak. Well, everybody who knows is speaking about Yuma Palace, the best gourmet Asian cuisine in town. Celebrate Chinese New Year's all month and come back January 31st for the Yuma Palace Chinese New Year's Eve party. Dine in to win a PlayStation 4 or other prizes. Just pick up an entry form at Yuma Palace. A minimum $20 purchase is required to qualify. Look for the green roof on 32nd Street between Arizona and Catalina Avenue in Yuma. For more information, find us on Facebook.
The Yuma Hog Chapter is holding a Val and Swine dinner at the Outback Steakhouse on Wednesday, February 12th from 4 to 9 p.m. That's Val and Swine. Get it? Valentines and pigs? Since it's for the Yuma Hog Chapter. Tickets are just $10 each, and you can pick from several delicious menu items like sirloin, chicken breast, pork chop, half an order of baby back ribs, tilapia or fettuccine pasta with veggies. All entrees except pasta include your choice of a freshly made side, and soda, iced tea, or coffee is also included with all entrees. This special is for dine-in only, and gratuity is not included. No substitutions, please. Remember, this offer is only valid on Wednesday, February 12th from 4 to 9 p.m., and it's a great way to support the Yuma Hog Chapter. And treat your sweetheart to a nice dinner and avoid those big Valentine's Day crowds. Tickets available at the Motor Close counter at Bobby's Territorial Harley-Davidson on Gila Ridge Road. See you at Outback Steakhouse on the 12th. Only 250 tickets will be sold. Get yours at Bobby's.
You're listening to Racing Radio. It's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Once again, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, looking ahead today to the 3rd annual IMCA Winter Nationals. 4 big nights of racing set for kickoff on Friday, February the 7th. Before we get into that part of this morning's conversation, though, we're hooking up with Mike Erwin out at Dome Valley Raceway, site of the 5th annual Arizona Cali Top Fuel Shootout. Big action out at the Sand Drags continuing today and tomorrow. And good morning to you, Mike.
Good morning, Mike. How are we doing today?
Hey, we're having a fine morning here on Laptime Live. Hey, you guys have got the straight line action going, lots of big horsepower. Can you tell us about it?
Well, we have what we call our Top Fuel Shootout. We have it once a year at Dome Valley Raceway. We always have it in January or February because our weather is so nice and the track is so fast out here. We had about 200 entries so far. I think we're going to probably end up on the weekend in the neighborhood of about 230 cars entered, cars and bikes. We run motorcycles and quads and cars on the sand. With the sand drags, we run actually it's 300 feet. It's not a quarter mile or 8 mile like most drag racers are thinking, but because of the big paddle tires, we got to make sure we don't get up to too much speed so that we can slow these things down. But talking about speed, we had cars in top fuel class last night that were running well over 160 miles an hour in the speed traps. Just a beautiful, beautiful sight watching the fires come out of those top fuel pipes and the cackle. And it was just gorgeous night out here at Dome Valley Raceway. Hope to get more people to come out and watch it again. We run from 8 o'clock this morning, and we'll run until we get finished tonight. Last night we finished at 9. We're scheduled to finish somewhere between 8 and 10, as most racers know, and race fans know. You can never really predict when you're going to finish, but just absolutely beautiful weather, and we've got one of our largest turnouts we've ever had. I'd like to have all the spectators come out and just have a lot of fun with us. We had the world record-holding Jeep make a pass last night, and they had a little problems. And Dome Valley Raceway is known to have a huge starting line, which means it bites real hard, and it wheel stood real hard and got up on the wheelie bar, and what that does is unload the back tires, and it makes the engine go extremely high in RPM, and he blew the thing into many pieces. Nobody hurt, but the car won't run again, and we would love to see him lower his record. But there's having a great time.
Well, that's what it's all about, the great time, and know that's going to continue throughout the day today as well as tomorrow. Lots of opportunity between now and then to come on out and check out all the sand drag action. And Mike, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy morning today to visit with us here on Laptime Live.
Well, I thank you very much, Mike. Let me give you quick instructions on how to get here. If you're taking Interstate 8 from Yuma, exit on Dome Valley exit, which is exit 21. You go past Laguerta, and the first road past Laguerta that you can turn the left on is Dome Valley Road. Take that road and watch the signs, and you'll find Dome Valley Raceway.
Hey, and you'll find lots of great race action both today and tomorrow. Again, Mike Erwin out at Dome Valley Raceway, and thank you, Mike. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, you betcha. We switch gears now, and we talk Winter Nationals. The IMCA Winter Nationals coming to Cocopah Speedway a little less than 2 weeks from today. In studio with me now, I've got Randy Hoeft with N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun, along with Greg Burgess, Director of Operations at Cocopah Speedway. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Morning, Mikey.
Hi, Mike. Greg, you're a road warrior this morning. You were over checking out some advance action last night at the Winter Challenge over at Canyon Speedway Park.
Yeah, I've not made it to the opening of the Winter Challenge yet, so I figured yesterday was a good day. Go up there and see the cars starting out their 6-race series they've got up there before they all head our way here in a couple of weeks.
Good way to get a preview of some of the stars that we're going to see in the modifieds, as well as the sport mods and the IMCA hobby stocks, and noting a couple of results from last night's first night of the Winter Challenge. A couple of cars from out of here doing very, very well. Imperial's Lance Murray of the 19SB picking up a second in the feature last night. Yuma's Ty Rogers in the 8T just missed out, apparently, on a transfer from out of the B feature by just one spot.
Yeah, that's correct. Ty did a nice job, was struggling with his car a little bit. Seemed to be real good in 1 and 2, but then when he got to turns 3 and 4, he just seemed to be struggling a little bit, but he did a real nice job all night, and it's good to see those guys up there putting in the effort and making a good showing and getting the laps that everyone needs. There's no replacement for seat time, so seeing them put out the effort is just really nice to see.
And that, of course, is going to be continuing today as well as tomorrow, and then the following weekend leading into the off-the-charts action we're going to see here starting on February the 7th. I'll bet you, Randy, you were wishing you were there last night, but I know you're anticipating big time some of the names that we're looking forward to seeing when the Winter Nationals open up here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I want to make that road trip with Greg or not, but I've been to Canyon, and I'll be, for as long as we're being straightforward honest here, I'm not real impressed with that track. But anyway, our place is the place to race if you were to get down to the bottom line here. The guy who won, Jason Knoll, he's from Arizona. Matter of fact, fans might remember he won the Turkey Classic here back in November. And he will also be one of the featured drivers in the upcoming Speed Edition put out by the Yuma Sun, which comes out on February 2nd, which talks about the IMCA Winter Nationals coming here. Also in that section, there'll be a story about Ty Rogers. And we're talking to the national champion from last year, who was William Gould, who raced here in the Winter Nationals. He is now in Iraq, of all places, so he won't be back to race with us. But there's a story about William. I got a hold of him, did a story. And, of course, Dylan Smith, who is quite a guy to talk to, I got to tell you.
Dylan is something, remember more than a couple of interesting conversations with Dylan last year at the Winter Nationals at Cocopah Speedway. Another name we look forward to seeing as well, that of Jesse Sobbing, who, kicked off a lot of stuff last year and going 3 straight nights winner at the Winter Nationals.
Matter of fact, Jesse Sobbing is also coming, a story on him is also going to be in that speed section, and I talked to him yesterday, as a matter of fact, and we talked about what he did here last year when he won 3 main events, and that was his rookie season in A mods. And I think the thing that really stuck out was that he was running a crate motor last year. He was the only crate motor in the field, and it's kind of started this tidal wave of drivers switching over to crates. And he made an interesting comment. He said, "Yeah," he goes, now when I go to shows, everybody has a crate. But the bottom line is there's still only one crate that's going to win.
That is confidence indeed. Now, Jesse was in action last night at Canyon, Greg.
Jesse was there at Canyon last night, struggled in his heat race a little bit, and then came out in the B main, did a great job, looked really good in the B, was making some headway. I believe he started 14th in the feature, and did a great job, was up at least halfway through the field, and then got caught up in a little melee and went to the back, and then I think he worked his way back up mid-pack anyway and did a nice job. And he's really looking forward to coming back here, as everyone I talked to last night was really positive and looking forward to coming back here and enjoying 2 great weekends of racing with us.
One thing he showed last year, big time, not only at the Winter Nationals here, but en route to his run to a second-place finish nationally, he was a guy who could go into a place and adjust to the track virtually instantaneously.
Jesse's got a lot of laps under his belt, done a lot of racing. I don't know what his... how many races he ran last year. I'm sure Randy does, but I know the year before he ran over 100 races but prior to coming down here. So he definitely does some racing, and very experienced driver, and really good equipment, and I enjoy his attitude, and real nice guy.
He was a pleasure to talk to when I interviewed him. I don't know exactly how many races he ran last year, but I do know that he won 32 mains last year. Unfortunately, only 24 of those applied to the National Championship Series, which he lost, as we said, by 1 point to William Gould. But speaking of his experience, he's been racing since 2009, so that would be he raced 4 years in the Northern Sport Mod, and in that time he won 2 national championships.
Right. Last year was his first year in the full-blown A mod, and now he's looking forward to this year. And he's got 2 cars in his hauler and looks well prepared for the trip down here. So it was good to see him there. And Jason Breeze was there last night. Had his car was rolling good. There was a crate. I don't know what was in the crate, but there was a crate in the back of his pickup that he said he had to bust open today. So I don't know what he had going there, but it was great to visit with Jason as well as the other guys. There was just a lot of good drivers there. Their car count, I believe, was 35 last night, and some of the other names that I've heard that are headed our way would be Scott Drake, and you mentioned Dylan Smith. Yesterday morning spoke with a gentleman out of Denver by the name of Ryan Gaylord that'll be here, and then Justin Yeager will be here. We've got it's going to be a really, really good show for both weekends. There's a lot of good guys coming down, and good for the community. Many of them will be here the full week and enjoying a lot of the local businesses and what Yuma has to offer.
Going to be an incredible 4 nights of racing at Cocopah Speedway, spread out over 2 weekends, and we're going to get deeper into it yet when we come back here on Racing Radio. It's Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating.
Jennifer Blackwell Photography presents Small Sweethearts for kids 12 and under. Let Jennifer capture your smallest sweetheart heart, smile, and personality. Book today. 446-5803. 446-5803.
Just $40 for a small sweetheart photo session. Call today, 446-5803. That's Jennifer Blackwell Photography.
Hey, it's Demi Lovato.
And I'm Joe Jonas. There's so much in the world to celebrate. The movies have their night to honor the best of film. The finest athletes compete for the podium. Musicians have their time to shine. But how do we honor the kids who are making a difference?
With We Day, filling stadiums around the world to celebrate the good that young people do.
Follow We Day on Twitter and Facebook.
With each follow, school supplies will be given to a child overseas.
We Day.
Join the movement.
Need to order stickers? SignPro can produce custom stickers with your logo or business information. Give them to your customers or label your equipment for a great professional look. That's SignPro, 783-7776, or stop by 1702 South Arizona Avenue. SignPro, where they are perfect to the letter.
CenturyLink presents the Yuma JC's 2014 Silver Spur Rodeo, February 7th through the 9th. The big week kicks off with motocross versus barrel race. Friday is Senior Day. Saturday is Tough Enough to Wear Pink and Military Appreciation Day. And Sunday is Ram Rodeo Day. The Yuma JC's Silver Spur Rodeo, celebrating 69 years at the Yuma County Fairgrounds. Gates open at noon. For ticket information, go to yumarodeo.com. Sponsored in part by CenturyLink, Wrangler, Coors, and Canyon Distributing.
Well, that may differ a little from person to person. Some people might say it's a front yard full of weeds 3 feet high. Some people might see 3 feet weeds and think, what a beautiful expression of Mother Nature. Some people might say it's a 74 burnt orange Mercury Bobcat on blocks in a driveway with visible rust and a back fender that's only this much off the ground. Some might see that Bobcat and think, what an interesting weekend hobby that person has. All right, so there's differences of opinion. But when you absolutely, positively can't stand the sight of something 1 minute longer, such as excessive storage of junk or a housing code violation, or you're concerned there's a condition that could spread over to your property, then it might be time for a call to the Public Nuisance Hotline, also known as the Anti-Ugly Ordinance Hotline. That number is 373-4515. 373-4515. Call it, and we'll have one of our code enforcement officers check it out. 373-4515. The City of Yuma Anti-Ugly Ordinance Hotline.
2 months at 2.59% APR, 2,000 down, excludes tax, title, license, accessories, 475 doc fee through AHFC on approved credit. Vehicle exchange offer subject to vehicle inspection. Expires 2/2/14.
Hi, I'm Chris Zamora from Yuma Honda. The red tag savings have been extended at Yuma Honda. Purchase, not lease, a 2013 Fit Base with automatic red tag to only $255 a month. We have a massive selection of used vehicles with prices as low as $29.95. Exchange your vehicle with us and it's worth 110% of KBB. Yuma Honda on 32nd Street or online at yumahonda.com.
Welcome back to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. We're again talking the third annual IMCA Winter Nationals, kicking off February the 7th out at the Diamond in the Desert. Again, joined in studio by Randy Hoeft with N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun, along with Greg Burgess, Director of Operations at Cocopah Speedway. And gentlemen, we talked about some of the national names that we're looking forward to coming in for the Winter Nationals, and I was just looking here at a list I've kind of accumulated over the past couple of months of other out-of-town drivers who've been in, basically getting some seat time in advance of the Winter Nationals, and we could probably talk for the next hour about all of those individuals, but I want to focus in for a moment on our local stars, and I'm sensing a lot more confidence from our local competitors in terms of being able to take on some of these big national names.
Well, I don't think they've ever lacked for confidence, to tell you the truth. I think it's a matter of these guys come from the Midwest, and they've got that aura of they're from the Midwest, and they race really, what do you think, Greg? Twice as much as the local guys do during the season, right?
Absolutely.
So they've got a ton of seat time and a lot of experience. For example, Jesse Saubing. Dylan Smith, they've got their act together. I mean, I don't know if they're really intimidated or not. I'm sure that Lance Maury is positive he can run with these guys on any given night, as you saw last night. Finished second last night. Ty Rogers, we talked about a second ago. I think Ty thinks he's unbeatable, to tell you the truth. But anyway, in any given night, and I would not put it past him. He's good. He's a good driver. Then you got Russell Allen, Steve McCullough. You got I don't know who else, Greg.
I think we've got a lot of guys. Bobby Horton, Kent Roseveare, a lot of guys. Cody Grabby is hopefully he'll be out in his new car. I think there's a lot of guys that can run real strong, and I think as far as our guys, they're gaining confidence as the track's been open a couple of years now, and they're gaining some experience on our track, and I think it's their home turf, and they're feeling good about it, and they should be. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, we see the progression of their programs, progression of their performance.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Bobby Horton, for example, he's stepped up his game. Kent Roseveare, I would love to see him drive more and get his car dialed in. Even Ryan Hancock, I'll tell you what, when he's got his head screwed on straight and he's thinking and he doesn't get overexcited, he can do a good job in his car. Charles Hunt's another up and comer. We got a good field of local guys that could actually make a difference or make an impact in this race coming up.
Going to be awfully interesting to see how it all plays out. And 4 nights, Greg, you got to be just feeling incredible about being able to add the extra night this year.
I think this will be the format that takes us into the future. Of course, we started with 2 nights, and then last year we tried the 3 nights. Was not the perfect deal, but I think this deal doing 2 weekends back to back will really be the cap what this event needs. And I think to follow up on that a little bit, it's interesting that Canyon the last few years has run 2 weekends plus a Wednesday. Well, this year they cut out their Wednesday show and they're running 2 weekends. They are doing 3 nights each weekend, but they're kind of following along with what we're doing, or maybe we're following them. I don't know which one, but I think it's going to work out really well, and I'm looking forward to the whole 10 days of it.
Well, we'd note, too, that in between the 2 race weekends, some other activities are going to be going on as well, part of the fun factor.
I think it'll be real good. We've got a bowling tournament scheduled for Wednesday night. I should tell guys like Randy this stuff.
That would have been nice to know, Greg.
And then Fan Fest for Thursday night out at the track. And I think both of those will hopefully get the guys out and some camaraderie going and add to the fun factor, as you put it.
Well, we know all of them are going to be enjoying the great Yuma weather throughout.
Yeah, we need a golf tournament, Greg. That's what we need. Not a bowling tournament, a golf tournament.
We can do a golf tournament, too. You're in charge of it.
And I'm sure Cocopah could accommodate that, too. I'm in charge of it?
Get it, yes, you're in charge. Get it set up,
cool.
Please. Send me information Monday.
Are they going to play golf like they race against each other?
Well, I don't know. I enjoy watching them race, though, so I might enjoy watching them golf, too.
Hey, I'm in on all of those things. The ball sports are great, but, hey, the motor sports are the best of all. I think we'd all agree on that.
That's what they're here to talk about, isn't it?
I think Mike just slapped our hands.
I think so.
Gentlemen, Greg, Randy, appreciate both of you stopping in to visit with us this morning here on Laptime Live as we look forward to the 3rd annual IMCA Winter Nationals coming up on February the 7th.
Yeah, I've just got to say, you brought up a few minutes ago that you're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the show here, and I want to thank you. You're doing a great job, and I, of course, love hearing all the drivers on here, but my favorite shows really are when you and Randy are on here, two professionals. No, I'm serious. You guys do a great job. It's a great 1-2 punch, and I hope everybody enjoys the show as much as I do. I think it's a great deal. I appreciate Outlaw Country helping us out to get this going, and you guys are both a big part of it, and very nice job. Congratulations, Mike.
Well, appreciate that. Is that Hoeft and Stanhope, or Rowan and Martin, or maybe Frickin' Frack is more accurate?
Frickin' Frack's more accurate, but anyway.
Hey, a world of activities ongoing out at the complex of facilities that includes Cocopah Speedway. Of course, Cocopah Casino and more is all a part of that. And here to tell us this morning more about those things going on. Good morning to you, Anna Corpus.
Good morning, Speedway fans. Come draw your discount during our big one-day sale at Cocopah Bend RV and Golf Resort. You can draw a minimum discount of 25% or even get your purchase for free. This sale is only today until 5 p.m. and you can enjoy no sales tax on all purchases. You can also visit the new 19th-hole restaurant for lunch. Cocopah Bend is located at 6800 Strand Avenue. You can call 343-1663 for tee times. You can also visit Real Colorado Golf Course in Somerton for some great golf rates because the weather is perfect. And it's Plinko time at Cocopah Casino. Drawings are every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday between 7 and 10 p.m. from now until March 1st. There's one winner every hour. And to enter, you must have a cash club card, and you'll receive one entry for every 20 points earned per day. And there's no limits on points per day. So keep playing and score up those points. And I want to remind you to keep up to date on all Cocopah Enterprises by checking out their Facebook pages. And have a great weekend.
Hey, there's a world of information regarding Cocopah Speedway, Cocopah Casino, the 2014 racing season, and more. All available at the click of a mouse on the internet. Be sure to stop in at Cocopah.com, CocopahResort.com, and, of course, CocopahSpeedway.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter as well. And remember, when you're out at the racetrack, you can bring the action even closer via your cell service-enabled smartphone or tablet, live lineup, scoring, and more, all available through CocopahLive.com and at MyLops.com. Those applications also available through the main Speedway website. Hey, don't forget about those options for advanced ticketing. Get them early for the 3rd Annual IMCA Winter Nationals coming Friday and Saturday, February 7th and 8th, and Friday and Saturday, the 14th and 15th, out at the Diamond in the Desert. As we noted, some other activities coming up during Winter Nationals week, including that FanFest Car Show and Party autograph session at the Speedway on Thursday the 13th. More on all of that coming up next week here on Racing Radio. You've been listening to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m. here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.